Hello guys, my name is Anna and I'm a Ukrainian. I have decided I will log daily from my country Ukraine since the start of this awful war with Russia, and in my daily videos I try to update you on the important real-life situations in my country Ukraine, and of course I'm always glad to answer your questions and to clarify some facts from our history, our culture, our background, or whatever interests you. And I'm very grateful for those questions, comments and advice that you leave, because they inspire my future videos and also persuade that Ukraine is still important for the world and people are not getting used to this totally unjust war and Russian invasion of a free and independent country. And today I want to dedicate this vlog to a little bit unusual things like pleasure and humiliation. These are words that would never come together in my sentence before the start of the full-scale war in Ukraine, definitely organized by Russia and Putin's government. But life as it is. We go through so many things daily. We see so many crimes committed daily. So many Ukrainians die daily just because they are Ukrainians, that I'm convinced we have a right to speak about Russia in this totally dark and negative terms, as this is the country that ruined our life and now threatens to ruin the life and peace on planet in general. So this pleasure that I receive from the humiliation of Vladimir Putin during his visit and during his meeting with President Erdogan is totally normal, I guess. And even if I had a psychotherapist, perhaps he would say just focus, relax and enjoy. So if some of you did not see this video, perhaps I will leave the first link with it, so that you can also see Putin waiting for many seconds or maybe even minutes for President Erdogan to appear. And all these non-verbal things, they are very symbolic. And of course, Putin is known for his habit to come late, and it's very traditional for him to make other world leaders wait for him, especially those that are dependent on him. And he likes to show up even hours later before the start of the meeting, and this is his demonstration of his status, of his influence, of his madness, of his disrespect to rules, norms, and so on. And this time he was humiliated, and it is even more important because he was humiliated the way he does it to other people. So I'm sure there is no other way to decode this message, and there are no other explanations, because meetings like that, they are very carefully planned. And the fact that this video also appeared and became visible to millions of viewers is another demonstration of the attitude that, for example, modern day Turkey has to Russia and its government. Turkey plays an important role during this war, and there are lots of beautiful things that people of Turkey do to support Ukrainians, and we all know Bayraktars and other things, how they try to aid negotiations at the beginning of this war. But I do understand that Turkey is a very self-centered country that thinks a lot about its own well-being, and there are also signs and things that they help Russians. I'm not saying Putin exactly, but Russian people in some travels, in some grain issues and other things. So they are trying to play more or less neutral, but definitely with the more demonstration of support to that normality. I think this is very characteristic of Turkey. I don't know if I have any Turkish subscribers. That would be interesting for me to know how in general people feel about the war in Ukraine, and have they changed their attitudes towards Russia, because traditionally, Turkey had lots of Russian tourists, lots of Ukrainian tourists, and sometimes even before the start of this full-scale war, there were serious fights between Russian and Ukrainian tourists in Turkish hotels, and it became a very normal habit to try and to live separately. And there are hotels that accept that are Russians free. It does not sound very polite, but Russians often behave very bad when they are on vacation, they drink a lot, and especially if these are duty-free hotels, they do whatever they want, and they jump in pools, like putting water on everybody else, shouting, like, well, anyway, I have heard that many people, not only Ukrainians, but people coming from other countries, and Turkey is a popular destination that many people choose hotels that are like Russian free. And today I think there are many of such. So definitely when they lose connections with Russia, they lose much money. But it is honestly interesting for me because we don't see that much on the news, how Turkish people, not government, but Turkish people feel about that. But, and also in comments I receive the many ideas that like Turkey is not the perfect place to held the negotiations, and I will agree, because there is no place to hold these negotiations with the criminal government of Putin. Not even on Mars, not on the moon, not even in Washington, or maybe in Washington after Russia is defeated. But also that like President Erdogan is not very democratic, and there are some changes in Turkey that do not show this more free direction. Once again, I'm not an expert in global politics, and today what I want to speak is this gesture, very symbolic gesture of President Erdogan that made Putin wait for him. And look at his, like, Putin's behavior. He was playing with his tongue as if he had just finished eating something, and definitely demonstrated his nervousness. And his face was totally dissatisfied where Erdogan appeared. And for Putin, it's also important that Erdogan is so much taller than he is. And on all of that in general, demonstrated a very funny situation. And what is also important, that you can watch it for free on YouTube, in various news services. So the whole world sees that Putin is not respected the way he wants to, and he's humiliated. And perhaps humiliation is one of the best reactions that you can demonstrate to bullies. Bullies are those who humiliate other countries, other cultures. And it often happens that like your bad attitude returns back to you. And I do believe that this total hatred, total evil will return to Putin and to Russia. Of course, I don't wish so many deaths to Russian civilians, but they have to feel the war. They have to understand the depths of crimes that they have committed. And they don't have to focus on sanctions or lack of ability to travel, because this is nothing in comparison to like a photo that I saw today of a father in Kharkiv holding the hand of his son that was killed on that day, 13-year-old son that was killed on that day by a Russian missile. That was a famous chess player boy or something like that, or his mother. And this father, he held the hand of his son for 2 hours praying. He did not want to let the hand go. And this happens every day. And even if you live in a safe zone, you live with all that. It happens to your people. And I don't know how to explain it, but you feel it on this like biological level. You cannot be like fully happy. You cannot be fully calm, even if it was a good day. So that's why it is extremely important to demonstrate the attitude to this war, to demonstrate the attitude to Russian invasion, to demonstrate the attitude to criminal President Vladimir Putin, and to finally realize that modern Russia is no more a legal state. It is a group of criminals and oligarchs, and now mad people, because they are not just average criminals or average oligarchs. They are really dangerous people. And also a population, a brainwashed population that used to listen just to what they are ordered and is totally dependable, hypnotized, and not like free at all. They don't know what freedom is, and they don't want it. They are afraid of it. So this is a global problem, but today's topic was about pleasure and humiliation of Putin during his visit, it seems to me, to Tehran. Thank you for watching. Thank you for becoming my patrons and for buying me coffee that inspires and gives me more motivation to film and to describe you the situation in Ukraine. But definitely, I believe it's extremely important to share the updates so that the world does not get used to war in Ukraine. Thank you so much for your subscriptions to my channel. They mean a lot and they help me grow the platform and inform more and more people. I do believe the world lacks Ukrainian vloggers. There are some good channels and you can find recommendations in comments very often, but I don't think that there are enough of us. So if you like my channel, please subscribe. I'm really happy to welcome all the new viewers. Also, I will leave a link to our project, interviews with people who fight during this war in their different spheres, and that will be an interview of a young girl who is a volunteer who works with veterans and who lost a father during this war, but she is a very strong and very light person, and this interview has English subtitles, so this will be the second link that I will leave below this video, and I will be grateful if you like it, if you want to watch it, because this is the true experience, real life experience in Ukraine. And also let me know if you would like to have a live session with me this Sunday, perhaps in our traditional time, 28 p.m. Kyiv time. So let me know, would you like to chat? Slava Ukraini!